Ooh, my favorite workout jacket. I love this jacket. After a good brisk walk, keeps me nice and warm. So, stick that thing all the way up. After a good workout, little bit of moisture, like to say warm. But today, I'm going to welcome you to Dr. Barry Act Right channel. And today we are going to answer some questions. I get these questions a lot, and every time I think I have a different answer. A varying answer, depending on what's been going on lately. But the question I get asked a lot is, what is it like? What is life like after weight loss surgery? Over 20 years now. 20 years post weight loss surgery. As y'all know, I was an overweight teen and I had weight loss surgery very young, right after I came of age. I was still adolescent, but had surgery. And 20 years later, I still had to weight off. I lost 170 pounds, and that is my testimony, that weight loss gave me the vision, the foresight, the determination, the liberty, the perseverance, the resilience that I could do whatever I set my mind to after that. So I went on to study health because I was learning about my health as I went along. I wanted to know more in science. So that got me into pharmacy. And then I wanted to learn even more things about weight loss, and that made me a studier of disease states, metabolic disease states. So I started researching diabetes, and that just helped me to formulate a plan of how I kept off this weight for 20 years. So that is my story in a very nutshell for those who have not heard it or seen the video. So am I authority on weight loss surgery? I would say yes, twofold, as a healthcare professional and as a 20-year veteran of my own personal experience. And that's what we talk about on this channel, my personal experience. It's not coming from a point of medicine or pharmaceuticals. Really, if you have questions, I'll try to answer them for you. But this is a lifestyle, basically. It's on my personal journey with weight loss. So I get these questions all the time, and I'm just going to pick 9 of them. And it's kind of like a repeated thing, but every so often people want to be reminded, or they never heard, or they're starting new on their journey, and this information has never been shared with them before, or they want a different perspective. They like to get a lot of perspective. They maybe want to see somebody 1 year post-op, 5 years post-op, 10 years post-op. Well, you want to see 20 years post-op, I'm your girl, okay? And look, I even know someone that I want to interview that's a 30-year veteran, okay? When this was like in the infancy forms, where before it got out to a lot of large groups of people, it was specialized just for special circumstances and investigational almost at that point. So yeah, this is over 30 years in the making. So now it's just like a almost, I wouldn't say standard procedure, but pretty much so, option for the severely obese. Not a standard of care yet, but it is one of the most recommended options for the severely obese, depending on their health condition and ability to reduce weight on their own. Okay, so, and if they tried other things and it's just not helping, you might be considered sooner, depending on your health circumstances. But that being said, for all of those who are considering weight loss surgery, or you just had weight loss surgery, or you met a milestone and you want to know what it's like even further out. Okay, I'm gonna go over some questions that I get all the time, and hopefully you something from this. You learn something from this. Hopefully you can learn something from this. Okay, so I've got 20 years of weight loss surgery. What are some common things that arise? And so I have, how sustainable is weight loss long term? Weight loss long term is definitely not a easy task if you have not had a change in your mindset or a real lifestyle change. Like you really decided that you're going to live a different life. It's not just, oh, I'm doing this so I can get off the weight and then I can eat whatever I want to eat or do whatever I want to do. I'm skinny now. And so now I've lost over 100 pounds and I got a lot of that weight off. So now I can, yeah, I can indulge in this and that. But those type of mindsets are not, they're not going to be good for you in the long haul. They're not going to serve you a good purpose in the long haul. So very early, this is important. I know people say it all the time, but you really got to understand what you are doing and that this is not a magic bullet, a magic pill. Is not a witchcraft or some kind of genie in a bottle. It's none of that. This is a tool, as most people you're going to hear. You're going to hear that over and over again. This is a tool. Just like if you had a you're pressing your hair, you're using the curling iron or the flat iron. It's a tool to help you get your hair how you want it. It's not it's not going to grow your hair from the root. It's not going to do the work for you. It's going to help you to straighten it, to get it to lay how you want it, but it's not going to grow that hair from the scalp. You have to follow the rules of weight loss, which is, if you think about it like this, to lose weight, you have to be at a caloric deficit. And this is also why weight loss surgery works. So people think, oh, I just had a surgery and that's the surgery is doing everything. Yeah, the surgery is helping your body. Your body is doing a experiment inside. So because you are not, it's like a whole bunch of miraculous things happening in your body at once you do this on a chemical level, cellular level, a hormonal level, on so many levels. So, which I'm saying is a caloric deficit is why you are losing the weight. And the fact that you have something done to your stomach is causing different hormones, different receptors, different uh, uh, activating different things inside your body, cellular, molecular, all on every level inside your body, inside the cell, your energy, the mitochondria. It's a whole bunch going on inside while you're doing this. It's rejuvenating the cells, it's helping you with insulin resistance, it's helping you to burn fat. It's a lot going on, and that is due to the surgery, but also due to the fact that you are not eating, okay, as much as you used to. So your body is burning that fat and all of those things that the stored energy in the form of fat, because you are not taking it in anymore additional. And fat is like fuel, and you had too much, so that's why we store it on us, okay? And when you're not getting any added to that, your body starts to burn that fat, and that's what the surgery does for you primarily. And then there's a bunch of receptors in your stomach and different hormones that activate, that helps with this process as well, aids in the process. So 20 years after that, say that to all to say that I'm saying all of that to say that if you don't do anything or you don't change the way you think about food and you don't understand what's going on and why this works, you go back to your regular way of life, your inactivity, binging, grazing, all of those things that allowed you to put on weight before. If you start small doing those things and they just keep kind of like snowball out of control, sometimes you will gain weight back, okay? So the long term depends on you. So very much in the beginning, learn about what you're saying, what you're getting done to you. Learn about why this works, so you can understand what you need to do to maintain it. So basically how I was able to keep this weight off is partially understanding, coming to revelation about that process, that the reason why I'm able to lose this weight is majority because I am in a caloric deficit and in a fasted state a lot. So that is why I was able to keep off the weight. I saw that correlation, and that came from me studying in school and learning about different disease states and learning about chemistry and biology and a lot of different things like that, and how drugs work, drug development, and that taught me basically how you're supposed to keep weight off. And I just use those analogies that I just gave you about fasting, about a fed state, unfed state, hydration, a lot of those things like that. And that's how I was able to keep off the weight. Understanding the process that was happening. So knowing that if I just want to keep off weight, I just have to keep doing these things, and not in an unhealthy way. You still want to eat the right amounts of food, because you can be skinny or you can keep off the weight, but you can be unhealthy. So that goes hand in hand with that is having a good diet, or what you are eating better be quality and balanced, and you're getting enough nutrients. Okay, so that is the long term is on you. So understand what you're doing. You can do it. You can not gain the weight back. You can have it off forever, but you have to do the work too. You have to do the work, because this is a life-changing decision. So you're gonna lose weight, but it's up to you to maintain it for the rest of your life. Okay, so use the tool wisely. So yeah, you don't throw your flat irons away once you get your hair done, right? You're gonna keep them for when you need it. You're gonna keep retweaking your hair. You're gonna do something. You might curl it a different way this time. You might put your part to the other side, and now you need to straighten it that way. It's the same thing. It's like I'm giving the analogy of the styling tool. It's a tool. You need to use it, and if you use it right, it'll last you the rest of your life. Okay, so. And that's just speaking about losing weight. It's not speaking about all the other things that went into you gaining weight in the first place. So those things need to be addressed as well. The emotional, psychological, physical, those kind of things have to be addressed, and trying to come to some resolve on those things too. And that will also aid in your success. So that was a long time for number one, but that is a mixed bag question. So I answered the second one too, because they said, what is the long term nutritional consideration? Just I can add to that just know that you are going to have to take supplements. So there's no way around it. You are going to have to take some type of supplement. Some people have to take more than others based on their chemistry, their absorption, how much of vitamins and minerals and protein and all of those things you get in your body, how well it's being utilized. So if you are not utilizing it as correctly, or you're not absorbing it, you will have to have supplementation. And that is the case with most, if not all, I'm going to say the greater majority. You are going to have to take some kind of supplement. All of the things that they say that happen after weight loss surgery do not have to happen to you 100% of, oh, this is 100% going to happen to you. That is not the case. When we're talking about something that happened, and we have to warn you about it, or we're going to talk about it a lot, is because it's happened to enough people that it needs to have a warning, or it needs to be saying this could happen to you. But there are a whole bunch of other things people experience that don't get mentioned all the time, and they don't happen to everybody, but people have some kind of isolated incidents, or it's kind of happens, but it's not definite thing. And none of these are absolute 100%, but this one is pretty solid on that. Like, you are going to need supplementation. And even 20 years later, I don't get enough protein in my diet. I don't get enough protein. And that is a real issue for me with trying to live a wellness lifestyle, because how can I not have processed protein? It's not possible. I can't eat enough, animal protein. So I'm going to have to supplement that with some very low chemical, as low process as possible, good ingredient shakes and protein powders. So that is the kind of the catch 2020, because you want to try to limit your processed foods, but this I haven't found in 20 years. I haven't found a solution for total replacement of protein without having some kind of processed food. So you're going to have to take some kind of supplement. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have lifelong protein supplement, and you will have to take some vitamins. The degree of if you have to take more of certain vitamins depends on your blood work. So, but that is an issue. That's the nutritional concern about bariatric surgery or gastric bypass surgery, weight loss surgery in general. Is those are the nutritional concerns, and at first, yeah, you won't be able to eat as much, and that'll be okay. You have enough stored energy on you to be okay, and you'll still can take your vitamins. That won't interfere. The stomach size won't interfere with you taking your supplements, because there are so many supplements now that are formulated just for gastric bypass surgery, and I use a bariatric advantage, and they work. They're the best for me because they're the easiest to get, and you can order them fast, and they come, and I know how they're going to taste. And there are tons out there. It's probably maybe some better formulated, but this is like the gold standard, I guess I should say, because that's the most brand used, and it's just been easy for me to stick with the same thing majority of the time. And because when I had surgery, my doctor didn't recommend any of these bariatric medication or supplement programs. He wasn't unsure about them. They were not as popular to use, but now like they are the gold standard. They're the number one recommended, at least in my network of healthcare providers, the number one recommended bariatric supplement. So that is it. So other question is, can you get pregnant after weight loss surgery or gastric bypass surgery? Yeah. Yeah. You definitely can get pregnant, and I've had a couple of my patients get pregnant soon after, even though we advise against that. You try to, depending on your health and depending on the conversations with your surgeon, you can determine on how long that wait should be. But generally, not in the first year. They don't want you to conceive, but it happens because there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of changes going on in your body hormonally. The fat is like a precursor. It's cholesterol is a precursor for hormones. So you're definitely having some hormone change when you're losing a lot of fat. So, and women in general, with this fasted state, your hormones change a lot, can change a lot, have the potential to change a lot because of those reasons. And saying that to say, like, a lot of people before the surgery have fertility issues. And then after they have that surgery, because of, all of those changes in chemistry in your body, they become more fertile. So yes, it's very likely that you can get pregnant after bariatric surgery. Some people purpose for getting it is because they had infertility problems along with the weight loss, and maybe some polycystic ovarian syndrome and these kind of things. So after the surgery, it made them able to conceive. So yeah, you can get pregnant after gastric bypass surgery. The question is, how long should you wait to get pregnant, and should you be on birth control afterwards? It's recommended that you do some kind of birth control, whether it's barrier methods, or a device, or oral contraception. But the first year is generally not recommended that you get pregnant.